Good evening. You're very welcome. It's Tuesday night. The time is 10:41. It's the 8th of December. Advent time, baby. Where's the white Christmas? People are saying it's gonna be white Christmas in Ireland this year. I'm like, how the hell do they know what the weather's gonna be like in three weeks' time? Speaking of which, I was watching a bit of Russia Today, which the Viper did very well out of. Fair play to him. We're watching Russia Today with Rick Sanchez. And Rick Sanchez was saying that the China, can make it rain. Kieran Kelly, Ronan McKillop, haha, Lee May Murphy. Thought I'd give you a nice little surprise touch. I've got Young Thug here beside me. Young Thug cost me 250 quid today. I need to take stool samples for this fella because he woke up at about 3 times last night, dying for shit. And he does this thing where he comes up to you, he's like this. And you're like, oh no. There he is, mate. Got a bit of a shit, didn't you? And today when I went picking up, said shit. It was just diarrhea. And then I had to pretend to be picking it up. But I was like, oh. Didn't make a very convincing case. And all right, Young Thug. Yeah, that's right. He's a good lad. So we took him to the vet anyway, and there was an awful lot of sniffing going on. Whole lot of sniffing going on. Shout out to Sweats Mossy Kelly, says Jimmy Joe. Sounds like the old boy when I need a shite, says TQ. How's everyone getting on? How are you all in the fuck's sake thugger? Bless him. Yeah, he's a good lad, man. We'll keep him in the frame as well, just to see what his reaction is to the conversation. He's done with me shit, man. I think I should have taken him out, but I'll take him out after I've done this because there'll be a bit of pouring at the mic. How's the sound coming through? Fair play to the old Blue Yeti. How's it going? Do you know Yeti Lavin? He's in town, man. Madman for the old horse pints. How are you, Martin and the Fluffy G, NP, Zach Quinn, Sean Dennis, Jade Elwes, TQ, Zach Quinn, Ronan McKillop, Kieran Kelly. We got a nice few crew in the house tonight. I was on the phone to Tommy Boo earlier on, and he was giving me props for my streams. He was saying, I was watching the streams, man. The live videos are class. And I was like, fair play, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Rudolph, Aiden, Troy, taking some off on Christmas Eve. Top of the pop list. What have you been up to the last few weeks, Martin? Not an awful lot, really. Pretty quiet, to be honest with you. Not a whole lot going on. Owl Boo Eyes himself, says TQ. David Ian Weld and Gunschvan Leyden. I've actually been going around shouting Gunschvan Leyden the whole time. It's just the name has got like stuck in my head. I don't really see fuck all other people than yourselves, boys. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of moving house soon and all that. So when the new setup is done, there'll be a new studio and it'll all be rigged up by that stage. So it'll just be hop on, green screen and all that business. So his eyes just rocking back and forth. Ha ha. Most pot you smoked in one day. I don't know, man. I couldn't even begin to speculate, to be honest with you. There'll be someone, I'll probably be going for a job in the future and it'll be like, we have this on you that you have. I'll be like, yeah, man, what about it? It's herbal remedies. And just because someone arbitrarily decided in the 30s that they didn't want their plastics, probably Standard Oil and Rockefeller. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, like it should be made medicinal, and people should be able to smoke it recreationally. I think you do a lot less daft shit if you've smoked a little bit of a jig jag versus fucking 7 pints and a few shots of whiskey and going, I'm fine, I can drive, I'm grand. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't even go near a car. ASMR and healthy living. I have a Wii Studio set up too for lives. I got sent a 3DO from the company that I need to get used. What's a 3DO when it's at home? Jamie Joe's on fucking fire in the comment section, man. I won't even repeat that, Jimmy Joe. The drink is what, but look, the thing is, if the drink was any good, which kind of is. It's good for occasions, but if it was really good, it'd be illegal. Because Jamie Joe, I noticed United are on the comeback. All right, fucking seen that. There's definitely a new team of writers in for this new season of the Premier League. Let me just check the score, the Premiership table. I was thinking about just going out and having just reading a few tweets from Twitter, just random tweets, just to look at the squabbling that's going on here. And there's the old, if any of you want to throw a few quid on the old PayPal, it's more preferable for that, because Google, I heard it take 40%. Yeah, last week or last month, I was like, at least there's a bit of a reprieve now. There's a few quid on from the super chats, even though I wasn't too active last month. And I was like, what, is that it? Like Google probably got, imagine how much Google take off people like PewDiePie and those kind of lads. Top Liz Martin, if you had to give one piece of advice to your 20-year-old self, what would it be? Shawnee, retweets, but doing it in Danny Dyer voice. I will do, Sean. Advice I give myself at 20 would be dealing with time and space perception and committing to long-term projects or life decisions. That's something that it's only kind of like in my mid to late 30s I've really got the hang of, where I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can go to this college, what will I do? It's the idea of juggling things. I think it's like an ADHD thing where Occam's Brute, you're welcome, to just dealing with large blocks of time in one go instead of, okay, to sum it up, I would try to understand that you just need to start something, keep the head down and keep at it. And that goes for if you've got a job that takes a day to do, or if you've taken a decision to build a house, or if you're making a decision to start a new career or educate yourself. Just stick at it day by day. Some days you're going to have slow days, some days you're going to have great days, but one day you're going to look back and go, shit, I made it. I've arrived at where I wanted to be. So that's probably what I would have told myself when I was younger. When I was out in Perth, me and Mike, my brother-in-law, we were doing a recce to do the second Hardy Books movie, which unfortunately didn't get made. But I remember meeting these two cool dudes who were in their 50s, who were from Perth, and they were down in Melbourne looking at cranes that they were going to hire out for building a skyscraper in Perth. And they're, like cool dudes that, yeah, man, I've got a Harley Davidson, I got a nice Honda NSX sports car. Nice. I was like, fucking sweet, man. You guys are living the life. Now, how did you get into all this? And they were said, your man goes, well, I just kept working, mate. And every time I looked behind me, someone else was qualified to do it, and I'd ask him. And then one day I looked behind me, and I was the only one who was qualified enough to do it. So I think it just what I mean is, by this whole long-winded answer is, just fucking put the head down, lay on, and crack away. So I hope that answered it. Shout out to Fatboy Colin Doolan. I tell you what, you got Jamie and Kieran Kelly, man. Both Jamie Joe and Kieran Kelly. They must be lads from the same fucking circle of friends. They're inside the bubble. The bubble. The bubble. Are you looking forward to the Christmas bubble? What do you think about the Christmas bubble, man? Should we ask him what he thinks? So what do you think about the, in England, they have the COVID bubble. So if you go and, let's say you want to go home to your parents' place, the health and safety in England and the government, they're saying, like, if you're going to hug elderly relatives, do so with a mask on outside. Or if you have guests over, for example, and you have elderly guests, yeah, that put the old people beside an open window, you know what I mean? So the ventilation comes through. So I think he gets it, man. He does get it. What a good dog I sound. Puts up an awful lot of shit. Look. Fuck's sake. This poor lad. I mean, in fairness, he was rescued from him and his siblings were found on a rubbish dump in I think somewhere outside St. Petersburg. So at least, you know. Oh, Mikey Reinhardt, thank you very much, kind sir. I like the picture you have there. Is that the guy from South? Or is that the guy from Family Guy, but with a cock and balls for nose, man? It's fucking genius, Mikey Reinhardt. Thank you very much, Mikey. Appreciate that, mate. Smithix just finished Hardy Books a few weeks ago and needs some more. Well, yeah. Here's the thing. I've been working on doing the Hardy book. I was going to put it up with the other Hardy Books podcasts, but what I'm thinking about doing is just starting that as its own series. So I've got the first two. I might give a little. Might just go over it and see if there's any other bits I can accentuate. But I was listening to it. I was listening to my own podcast today, with the audio book, and fell asleep to it, but kind of fell asleep to it laughing. So that's good. You can listen to it in the cot when you're sleeping, in bed, having sex. Gunch van Leiden, I have to be careful coming home for Christmas this year, getting the COVID test in Dublin Airport and all. Ooh, you want to fucking swerve that, man. Shall I read some? Should we see what's going on Twitter today? I seen there was Dr. Ciara Kelly. I don't know much about her. I do know that she's on News Talk quite a bit. She seems to be completely like the Irish equivalent of J.K. Rowley in Ireland. Like, people are just like, oh my God. It's like, is there a worse dose than Ciara Kelly? So basically, Ciara Kelly went in front of... this is just one thing off Twitter today. This is like, when I opened it up, this was the last thing I seen. So we'll have a little listen to what she said.
If we do start to roll out this vaccine, and we are expecting to come January, I don't think there's any justification for us remaining closed or in any form of lockdown as such once the vulnerable have been vaccinated. I do not think we need to wait until every member of Irish society has been vaccinated, because if we've protected the vulnerable, those people who become very ill and sick and perhaps might die, unfortunately, if they got COVID, I don't think there's a reason for us to stay in lockdown. I don't think you'll hold people beyond March, because I think when we see every day on our news, 0 deaths, 0 deaths, 0 deaths, 0 deaths, I don't think you're going to see people saying, do you know what? I'm not going to see my pals anymore. I'm not going to see my loved ones anymore. I'm not going to drive across a county border to see my boyfriend or my girlfriend. I don't think you're going to get buy-in from people, Shane. It is only the threat of serious ill health and death that justifies the kind of behaviours that we've seen and the kind of restrictions we've been living under. And if that is removed, let us back out there, for God's sake.
Right, so... whatever you make of that, I didn't think it was that inflammatory. I mean, I'm coming from the point of view where it's like, there's a lot more people going to be fucked from not having work to go back to. You know, we won't get into this. But when you hear some of these fucking people are unhinged, man. Okay, so we got one guy. I agree with Ciara. Once the vulnerable are vaccinated, this becomes just another infectious disease, like so many others, for which we do not lock down the country. We can just look at this, right? Just his one reply and just see the spiraling. Menstrual Krampus says it can still kill healthy people or cause them serious lasting effects that we do not know of yet, if they will ever go away. So that goes on. But there's just, let me get a couple of, and which of your economic qualifications covered viral epidemiology? There's just so many, like, I realized that social media has fucked up modern day society, because what it's done is it's given every fucking asshole on the planet an opinion to be put out there, and all it takes is, I mean, like, they don't even need to be rooted in reality. It's just like literally, and it goes both ways. It goes, there'll be people agreeing with that and people disagreeing it. But I was just using that whole Ciara Kelly thing as an example of, like, you can't say anything. Let's say if I mean, there was one time here I was pissed off with the clampers, because I see clamping and writing tickets on people's cars as just predatory business practice. Like, Q Park apparently in 2016 made something like a 90 million euro. I think it was a 90 million euro worldwide profit, and that was that year. That's profit, and all those are. I mean, the majority of them are tickets. Like, and the thing is with ticket wardens and clampers, like, a lot of them are like, oh, sorry, it said it on the. I know. Let's say if you're getting a ticket, it should say on the ticket must be displayed promptly, but your ticket has accidentally fall down, or yeah, it's just that kind of arbitration pisses me off, man. But like, so when I wrote a bit of a post thinking, yeah, a lot of people will be on my side with this. There was loads of pictures with people on their bikes, look with all the gear on, going, what? So we should just have cars everywhere, is it? I was just like, fucking hell, man. You can't please anyone these days. Like, big love from Madrid. Solid Serpent. In relation to Solid Snake, Shawneen Thornton. Truly believe this COVID vaccine is the mark of the beast. If you take it, you'll take anything. Yeah, Book of Revelations. It's all in that. Saying that though, John of Patmos, the author of the Book of Revelations, spent a lot of time just tripping in a cave in Greece. But I was going to say, I was watching Joe Rogan. I'll put this guy on, man. You've got to see this fella. He was one of the. I always thought it was Gavin McGuinness and Sean Walsh, is it? Sean Smith, who started Vice in the beginning, but apparently there's this other fella who's just like one of the most annoying, squeaky-voiced people I've ever heard of in my life. But they're talking about Bill Gates' vaccine and all this, and he's like, I take it tomorrow. When you hear this guy's voice, you've never heard anything like it. It's like Joe Rogan before estrogen shots and after.
The Joe Rogan experience.
I mean, not vaccinated, nervous about.
They do.
Possible potential side effects, and we don't know what those are going to be. And then there's a lot of people that are very uncomfortable with the idea.
Look at Joe, man. He's fucking shredded.
Vaccine, which seems to happen.
He's on the creatine night and day.
So
day and night.
About that.
Wait, 80% of people are taking this vaccine?
Look at this guy. This is like if Joe Rogan let himself go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we can look it up.
Play it for
you. Got a range job.
I know. It's weird when people say that. People are like, wait, what? It's on my Instagram. There's an interview with Bill Gates where he's talking about, I believe this is the Moderna vaccine.
Mm-hmm. What did he do wrong this week? Anyway, people are giving out about Joe Rogan again. Like, since Joe Rogan's gone to Spotify, he's just getting fucking shit the whole time.
Are these vaccines safe?
And their current guidance on this,
look at this.
if they stick with that, is very.
Look at the backs of their heads, man. Which one's which?
And
this is like Joe pre-Christmas, Joe after New Year's.
That is, it didn't cause permanent health problems for the things there. Moderna did have to go with a fairly high dose, and so to get the antibodies. Some of the other vaccines are able to go with lower doses.
Joe Rogan deleted his YouTube episodes.
Responses that are pretty high, including the J&J and the Pfizer, and so there's a lot of dramatic where it's just
when you hear Gates laughing.
Painful, but yes, we need to make sure there's not severe side effects. The FDA
this is
dramatic where it's just super painful, but yes, we need to make sure there's not severe side effects. The FDA, I think will do it.
Laughing about it. Do you know what I mean? He'd love a bit of fucking super side effects. He's a dirty wronging man. Someone put up a post about him saying, how can I trust this man to give me a vaccine when he's got bitch tits? As some woman wrote on Twitter. I cheated on her with someone called having the crack, says Marky Schmidt. Daniel Madden, man. Do you rate Joe Rogan? Always felt like it's so hit or miss sometimes. It's class sometimes, and it's utter shite. Yeah, he's a bit hit or miss. Funny enough, after that, then I was watching Russell Brand. And for me, Russell Brand was an absolute TV legend. And then he kind of went a bit too serious there for a while. Sophie Murray, did I enjoy shooting Vikings? Very much. It was great fun. But yeah, it was a bit, it was like listening to a fucking thesaurus from East End of London. But I think he's found his back to his chilled out, big brother, big mouth kind of personality he used to have. But Joe Rogan, yeah, you know, I to be honest, I don't have the patience to sit through a full episode of Joe Rogan because it's kind of like Tim Pool is a bit like that as well. Tim Pool is one of the most vanilla, informative experiences you can get on YouTube. He's basically he'll say he'll sit there reading articles and then tell you a load of different possibilities of what that could be. I mean, it's one of the most. And then at the end of it, he'll probably say something like, "Yeah, see, I was right because it was one of these million possibilities that I suggested." But I seen a clip there where someone pulled off Tim Pool's beanie, and he got pissed off, man. Got really pissed off, and the guy's bald underneath, man. Bald. I mean, you'd think he'd just do a Joe Rogan on it and grow a beard and start lifting, get some tats, do some jits. Would love to see the Viper on this one day. He knows where he can find me. Any given Monday, man. He knows where he can find me. Shooting Vikings. If we had guns with them lads showed up, the country would be a different place. Yeah, people wouldn't be wearing trousers. Apparently, that I read somewhere on a Norwegian flight magazine that the Vikings brought trousers to Dublin. So leather pants, like what Cowboy Lavin used to wear in the early 2000s. Do you ever listen to Tim Dillon at all? He's pretty funny, to be honest, since I kind of switch off Joe Rogan. Yeah, he is. He's funny. He's like a modern-day Chris Farley, but edgier. O'Neill Higgins. My border collie hurt her pawing. How'd you do that? In the door, was it? Or hope she has a speedy recovery. Will you be going live every Tuesday? Most Tuesdays, I think. It's just trying not to fall asleep and putting the kids to bed and then getting up. So I've been wanting to just stay up so I could do this. I do thoroughly enjoy doing these live streams with you as well. Gunsh Van Leyden says, Viper's gone awful quiet recently. Haven't seen him do a play stream for weeks. Yeah, a lot of... what was the best night out of your life? One of the best ones, I mean, it's been quite a few at this stage, but one of the best ones is when I was on the piss with Axl Rose in New York. And if it wasn't for Justin Massler, I wouldn't have got into the situation, but he was also the one who ruined the situation. So that was up there, man. That was, but there's loads. There's probably some of them that I've forgotten about. I spent 20 years just like partying. So there's plenty. I'd have to compile a list of them and then try and rank them in order. God, I love when the Ladine flips in the Mayo accent. Hey, ha ha. Jordan, you're very welcome. Kev Johnston, Reece Jones, Eddie Greenhouse, Keaton Kelly still in the mix. O'Neill Higgins. What's the story with Massler? He is currently living in Compton, and I think he has to wear a bracelet on his, or an ankle bracelet. But all right, Melody Pugh, did you party with the Vikings cast? Not really. No, not really. There was a party, but I missed it because I had to go from Sweden. So I was away from that. I was gutted to miss that. But yeah, I did have a bit of a party with some of the cast and the crew. But shout out to Stretch Res Eyes, Kieran Clancy, the fuck guy, Kieran Kelly. That man's he's possessed with fucking shout outs. Throw a few quid in, Kieran, will you? If you want shout outs, pay the claw. I'll do one or two, but if you keep saying them, I'll expect money. Did Axel acknowledge how much you look alike? I think he's seen his younger self in me. I was just before my 23rd birthday. I was wearing like a suit and like a kind of a psychedelic looking headband with a tattoo of Andrew Maxwell on my cheek. Genocide job, is it? Tamil Tigers. Graham Russell, Jack Russell, snack at the heels of the Tamil Tigers. There's a nice few nice tasty quotes rolling in here. Keep them coming. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read out this. I asked this lad called Kenny Noble about doing this animation for a thing called Mayo Man, but I haven't heard from him. I hope he's all right. Do you know what I mean? But I might just read out this Mayo Man because it's worth the listen. Hey, it's worth the listen. Hey. So get yourself nice and cozy. And I'll give you a little listen to this. See what you reckon. So the Viper's gone quiet, has he? Gone quiet. Tell him to give me a ring. It's been fucking over 2 years. 2 years. Can you imagine all the brilliant comedy we've missed out on doing? Doesn't bear thinking about. I think Ireland needs it needs the satire. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much I can do remotely, but I need lads who can just get the thing done. Mayo Man, what the fuck is this thing? Oh, here we go. I read this out before, but I'm going to read it out again. And if you know anyone who's up for doing a bit of animation, tell them to get in touch with me in the fucking space station just outside Sligo. Luke Devereaux. What does that even mean? Fancy talk. What was that again? Which episode was that from? What's that even mean? Fucking fancy talk. Was it the interview scene, was it? DGB 120. Cheers for the love. Do a French toast on him and cold call. Kev Johnson, the Lime Street story. I remember once when I was 16, I was over working for my uncle. He almost looks a bit like a Komodo dragon sometimes. He's got Komodo-like features of the Australian monitor lizard and the Egyptian prince. Do you know the Ephesians? Wow, look at that, man. Fucking hell. Sorry about that. You go back to Bobo's, good lad. Tomorrow you're going for a job, Malish. You're going for a job tomorrow, Malish. You go back to sleep, good boy. Sleep now. So, daft shite. What was I talking about now? Fucking I got oh yeah, I was working for my uncle when I was 16, and I went down to Devon to hang out with my brother-in-law's mate Ben, who was great crack. We went surfing and drinking in nightclubs. But when I came back after a full day of traveling from Devon back up to Merseyside, I was in Lime Street Station waiting for the train back over to the Wirral, and this owl lad comes over with 2 cans of Skull Super in a stripy purple and pink bag with an old leather jacket. He comes up to me, he goes, "Hey mate, have you got any gear? My head's wrecked." And I just went like this. Nah, mate. Good times. Get a side by side of the dog and dragon. Fucking dragon, man. I bet fucking off jumping out the car like a fucking idiot. Kev, I knew you like that. He was about 50 odd as well. Fucking head's wrecked. Nah, mate. Let me see. All right, this is Shawneen, thank you very much for the superb chat. Appreciate that, mate. You know, fucking boys, you're a good fucking crew of lads, mate, and I like Quato. All right, this is for Kieran Kelly. Say farewell to Rudolph, Aidan Troy, heading off on the 24th. Good luck to you, lads. The best of luck. And I do mean the best of luck. Take old Quato out there and get some hard doggy loving. He's a fucking champion. 5 years old, I think. 4.5. The Moody District. You know what time it is. It's Moody time. Okay, nah, mate. Graham Russell like that, fair play. G Unit, lad. Fucking, where's this Mayo Man when I read this out here for the crack? So dig in, and if you're tooting up a few barbs like Sean Smith from Powerhouse Gym in Warrington on that Britain's scariest deck collector, you know, I got daughters, mate. You know, I'd love to put them on this. Like, you know, and they're messing around, putting bows in your hair and all that. You know, the left hand is out taking money. The right hand, it's always itching, mate. Okay, Mayo Man, a Marvel Universe piss take. Opening scene, the can gaff. We see a cave filled with superhero paraphernalia, cars, consoles, utility belts, and any other shite you'd see in a superhero's lair. Eddie Durkin is now a superhero called Mayo Man. He's on the phone. Yeah, Tony. What's the crack, man? Mayo Man here, yeah. Yeah, the Irish superhero. How are you getting on? Cut to Tony Stark chilling in a pool full of supermodels, and the Thing is knocking about in the background. He does a bomb into the pool, and a mini tsunami engulfs everyone as they laugh and cheer. Yeah, it's chaos here at the minute. I'm saving the world as usual. What can I do for you? See, the reason I'm ringing you is myself and Pint Wolf, Buzz McDonald, are sick of the small-time heroics here in Ireland. All we're doing is fighting Silicon Valley bad boys who are trying to divide the population through trivial bollocks. Last week, we went into the Parliament building and kicked the shit out of the politicians. You want to see it, man. We told the bondholders to go fuck themselves. For now, the people of Ireland have been liberated from the clutches of financial shadow bastards. Nice. Suddenly, Buzz, dressed as Pint Wolf, somersaults into frame holding a pint, not spilling a drop. He's like a cool werewolf. Piss take out Wolverine, obviously. Buzz, is that Iron Man, is it? Shh. So now what we want to do is chill with the Hulk and the boys. I feel like we're ready to fight interdimensional wrongins. Okay, I'll see what work I have for you guys. Call me next week. In the meantime, do something impressive. I don't care what it is. It better be biblical. Now fuck off. Right, so. Did you hear that, man? You're not still trying to get in touch with those Marvel wankers, eh? Told you, man, they're a bunch of elitist assholes. I want a slice of that American pie. We'll get our own spaceship like those X-Men creeps. Just be happy what you got, man. We're Irish superheroes. Look at this. Buzz pulls up a headline on a fancy computer screen. The headline reads, "The Green and Dread of Mayo." Showing Eddie and Buzz smashing up Leinster House. Lads in suits being flung around as they try to flee Mayo Man and Pint Wolf as they stand back to back, taking out the trash. Buzz, check out the news report of the after party. Video clip of Eddie and Buzz stumbling out of some wanky Dublin club with two models on each arm. Come on, girls. This place is shy crack. Going back on a chonk session at Dylan McGrath's mansion. He's going cooking some fancy Italian shite. Model. Class. Let's put it on Instagram story. Sound. RTE news reporter. Mayo Man, can I? Pint Wolf hops in, snarling, teeth showing. What do you want? How does it feel to have the nation of Ireland released from crucifying debt? Eddie. Savage. Had to be done. Out of me way now to fuck. I'm off to do some heavy petting. Glad. 1 year earlier, Eddie Durkin stuck in a rut, bummed out after the woman left him for another man. He goes on a piss-up. He's going through a rough patch and tries to find a job that fulfills him, but he's stuck in Castletown. After some existential musings with Buzz, all seems lost until Buzz comes up with the same old situation with a new approach. Buzz, come on, we'll go down on the piss to Belmullet. Cowboy Levin said the place is wedged with rich MILFs. Eddie decides in true never-ending spiral fashion to take the short-term gratification, and they hop into the car to Belmullet. Background, Midwest radio station is blaring some shy country and western music. It's suddenly interrupted by an urgent report of cosmic activity has been reported at the Shell oil refinery. Eddie, putting his jacket on, tells Buzz to quieten down. What's all that about? Who cares, Eddie? Probably talking about lads getting bummed in Leinster House. Come on, my liver's screaming out for pounding. Eddie, fuck it, man. Let's roll. Eddie jumps into his new 1998 Toyota 1.6 Carina lean burn. They hop in through the windows like the Dukes of Hazzard. Even though the door would be easier. Eddie, why didn't we just use the door, man? Ain't got time for that shit. Just caught me bollock and half me gooch on the tip of the window. I'm on. We're off to Belmullet. Cunt. The car speeds off, ripping up the grass. Close up of ridiculously large exhaust bellowing out black smoke. Eddie drinks a bottle of wine at the wheel, while Buzz rolls up a carrot-sized cone. Hey, Buzz, do you think we're a bit long in the tooth for this crack? Buzz, shot of vodka. The fuck you talking about? We're Hardy Bucks. Society's failed us. We'll do whatever the fuck we like, even if it means we look like complete wasters. So be it. They want to live like us, wild, piss poor, and free to ride the breeze. Eddie, fair enough. I have to say, for an ignorant prick, or for an ignorant and seemingly daft prick, you have some real pearls of wisdom. Don't you forget it, you ginger penis fart. We as boys that look out for each other. Right, Buzz. Belmullet, external, evening. Eddie and Buzz burst into a middle of Belmullet town, rolling in at a blistering 75 miles an hour, handbraking and power sliding right into a sweet parallel parking position. Buzz has a blazing corner hanging out the side of his mouth, eyes red, verging on pure whiteys. Eddie, I tell you what, Buzz, we probably should have died pulling a stunt like that if we were sober. Buzz, you can sing that, fucko. Come on, let's go and get our stupid dicks noshed by some randy cretins. Buzz, man, are you okay? You look like you're pulling a whitey. I'm living my best life, man. Buzz violently throws up out the window. Woo! I'm living my best life. I gotta hand it to you, man. Your dogged ignorance to hardship is a blessing. Buzz, you saying I'm like a dog? Class. I love dogs. And I love pints. Let's roll. Front view of car. They both try and do a Dukes of Hazzard out of the window and face plant spectacularly. Eddie, I feel that in the morning. Buzz, come on. There's damage to be done. Something strange is going on in Belmullet. A lot of activity with black SUVs and clandestine operatives move strange equipment. It seems like some shadowy multinational mega bad dudes are causing trouble with the locals. Pat McKay, a local publican, stands watching the activity. He's approached by the duo. Buzz, here, bucko. What's the crack with that line dancing shit? Eddie, yeah, we heard there's MILFs afoot, looking for reckless ne'er-do-wells to show them the big fun. Pat, I don't know what the fuck you spacers are waffling about, but I tell you this. Where are you lads from? Castletown. Christ, that's a rough spot. And I spent 9 years running the pub in Ballina. 'Tis tough, all right. But you can speak your mind and be yourself. Well, you can't do that here. Buzz, punching palms. Why not? Who's going to stop us? Lithuanian hardmen. Pat, no, boys. There's something very strange going on down by the refinery. They're mining for something, and it's not gas. Buzz, here's some gas for you. Buzz, how would you like them carbon footprints? Pat, Christ above. Ye lads aren't well in the head. Eddie, what's the scoop and mullet? Who are these headers, and what are they up to? Word has it, some secret international cabal are mining for ancient Neolithic radioactive substance above the Earth's crust. There's been all kinds of talk about strange goings-on. People are shit scared. A fisherman by the name of Bobby Duganhauser radioed in telling us that he's seen weird lights and strange creatures entering the refinery. Eddie, not bothered. That is strange. Now with that in mind, we're going to go get lushed up to the eyeballs. Come on, Buzz. Good luck, man. Pat, watch yourself, lads. Buzz, is that a threat? No, not at all. I'm after telling you there's weird shit happening. All right, fair play. Don't worry about us. We did boxing as young fellas. Eddie, cheers, man. I'll continue that later on. The big fun. Isn't it? You know what? I could turn this into an audiobook as well, Bone Sticky, and then just have it laid out. So if anyone wants to animate it, then we'll talk fucking big boy talk. Steal all day, hey. So I might just fucking continue on with that. Mark, there were 6 episodes written, but only 4 filmed. Who played your rich uncle in Hardy Books? His name was Eamon Brennan. I think his name was Eamon Brennan. Soundskin. He was like an uncle to me. Eddie Greenheart. You could make it a radio drama of some kind of Get Colgan on there as well. Great stuff. I could do, actually. I could do. I'll get on to him and see what he says. The organs or the crack, you can only serve one master, like Ryan. And that's something you and me always stuck together on. Right, I'll continue reading on anyway. Line dancing event inside evening. Eddie and Buzz enter the hotel function room that contains the line dancing event. Much to their dismay, it's full of pensioners. Eddie, Buzz, when you said MILFs, did you mean MILFs in the 80s? There's a few GILFs in the mix. Fuck's sake, man. Where'd you get your information from? Midwest Radio. What led you to believe that the place was full of MILFs? It was a hunch. Besides, many a sweet tune was played on old piano. The only thing left now, Buzz, was drink. The bar. The pair approached the bar, getting the evil eye from all asunder. Buzz, barkeep, 2 liters of fat frog. Make it snappy. Glad. Barman, we haven't that shite in here. Stout or beer. Buzz, fuck this, Eddie. I know a pub down the road. We'll hustle some pool sharks. I'm on so, says Eddie. Chatsworth internal night. The two of them enter into the Chatsworth pub. Inside is filled with hard lads in tracksuits and tough farmer boys. They're moody looking, eyeballing the lads as they walk in. One big dark-haired lad wearing stone-washed denim jeans and an Umbro jumper with a zip on it steps up holding the pool cue menacingly. Buzz, oh you boys, who died? Stevie Clock. Who are you? Pair of clowns coming in down here talking shite. Eddie, we're a Castletown men looking for a good time. What of it? There's no good times in here, says Stevie Clock. Buzz, no good times. What are you even doing in here, man? Drowning our sorrows. Come on, Buzz. This place is shycrack. What did you just say? I said this place is shycrack. Stevie and his followers square up to the books. Only us boys are allowed to say this place is shycrack. We take that as a personal insult. Buzz, well, if there's no women to be had, we'll go spinning the toes. Yeah, hi. We'll go dancing, no bother. Stevie Clock. Then it has been decreed. Get 'em, lads. A big fight breaks out between the duo and 10 mullet lads. Instead of a slick action movie fight scene, it's a dull series of running around the pool table trying not to get hit. Eddie and Buzz get a few shots in as they concede a fair hammering. They manage to break free and make a run for the door. Eddie, yeah, let that be a lesson to you. Bring less lads next time. They run down to the street being chased, hopping into the car, but the windows are locked, so they both bounce off onto the floor. The gang in hot pursuit, Eddie fumbling for the keys in his pocket. He blips the door open, they hop in. The gang try and violently pull them out of the car. Eddie getting punched in the face as he's trying to start the car. Hold your gwist while you get the engine started, you can't. Stevie Clark, come out and fight the 10 of us like men. Buzz has his arse in as the lads try and drag him out by the feet. He kicks at them, clocking one of them square in the chin. Buzz, hurry up, Eddie. The car starts and Eddie swings out of the parking space, sending lads flying on all directions, some hanging off as the car careens down the road, beeping as they drive off. Inside the car, Eddie and Buzz are a bit roughed up, but not shaken at all. Buzz, a nice bunch of lads. Eddie, here, I got a clock to the eye, you can barely see. Eddie has a swollen eye. They pull to the oil refinery. Eddie, here, hey, let's chill out on the beach for a while till I get me bearings. Then we'll go home. Gunfire can be heard further down the beach. Buzz, what's that? Someone's dump valve is going fucking 90. That's not a dump valve, man. That's gunfire. They see a mysterious and faint figure chased in the opposite direction by security forces dressed in hazmat suits. After witnessing the figure drop what looks like a bookie bottle, they inspect it. Buzz, class, is that a bookie bottle? Whatever it was, it must be good tack. If there was lads shooting at him to get it, it must be great stuff altogether. Crack it open and we'll drown our sorrows. That'll do, pig. Without hesitation, the pair of them polish it off. Fuck me, that was good stuff, cries Buzz. You can sing that, cunt, replies Durkin. The bottle is emptied and cast aside. Buzz, let's drive home, lad. Eddie, you drive. Me eyes in bits. Funny old aftertaste in that shite. Like cat's piss. Buzz, I'd be lying to say if it didn't taste like muck. Eddie, could have been dog shit for all I care. 1 week later, over the next few days, the lads notice things have started to change. Their senses become sharp. Their strength reaches new levels. As Eddie accidentally knocks the door off the hinges as he enters the dole office. Old Bobby Gawley, the dole officer, is shocked. Bobby Gawley, What the hell, Durkin? You're just after taking the door off the hinges. Fuck me, Baberto. I didn't even know my own strength. Pass me the paper there. And I sign her to fuck. Rock and roll job. Never mind your dole. What about the door? Council will fix it. Those boys are lazier than career dolies. A fly lands on Bobby's head. Here, you have a blue bottle on the top of your head. Eddie blows at the fly and whips up all the papers in the office, and with it Bobby's comb over, which unravels into a half-meter roll of swaying hair. Bobby silently stirs with a blank expression. Eddie looks around to survey the damage. Geez, tonight, Bobby. It must have been those Wrigley's airwaves I had for breakfast. Sorry about the mess. Eddie signs on and leaves. Back at the cottage. Eddie comes back in, perplexed. Buzz, you're never going to believe what I just... Eddie can't seem to find Buzz. He goes out the back garden to see him mowing the grass at a blistering pace with an old lawnmower. Then he starts hopping around onto the shed, down and racing around like a dog howling. He started to grow fur, and he's ripped. Eddie, man, I think I'm going through puberty. Again. It's class. Buzz, come inside for a minute. I think we need to talk. Cottage, afternoon, day. Buzz sits perched on the edge of the chair looking out the window like a dog panting, tongue hanging out. Eddie brings him a bowl of water. He laps it up. What the fuck is going on, Buzz? I feel like I'm after taking 9 chats. Must have been that shite we drank the last night. Tell you one thing, Buzz, it didn't knock a fucking stare out of us. Sure, you were grand driving home. That's true, lad. I'm usually halfway up the ditch, you ginger prick. They get a knock on the door. It's urgent. Ominous music plays. Who is the mysterious figure that's come to darken the cottage door? And that's all I've done so far. But I think I might just fucking keep cracking away on that as well. Big field general. Well, Durkin, big fan. Could you give the shout out to me pal, Big Fat Farley? He has a micro penis. Well, I'm sure he makes up for it in other ways. Eddie blows Viper. Oh, Kieran Kelly, some man. Pissing his eyes and drink his tea and coffee. Stateside in his list of skills need to join the gang. I'm a good climber. I've got a first that's carved by angels. I'm a tough guy Spider-Man. Tough guy Spider-Man. That's not even a fucking skill, man. Skyboy. Too scared to come down. But yeah, so I think I'll just add a few bits to that. But I could fucking theoretically do it, hey. I could start the Mayo Man Marvel Universe piss take as a podcast, and then do the Hardy book as well. I'll just fucking do that. Do you know what I mean? What I could do is I could do them on a live stream and then record the audio at the same time. But that would mean I'd have to not be answering shit during the middle of it. You know what I mean? Hey. Whereas I in a film with Fred Willard, I was, yeah, but I didn't get to meet him. That was during the time he got caught doing this in the cinema. He was just fucking trying to mix the day up. Fred Willard is a very funny dude, actually, if I play to him. Bezos is making serious coin. Soon enough, am I on the Swedish snooze? Better believe it. Yeah, I mean, how much more money does a man need? You know what I mean? It's like, what does he fucking do with it? It doesn't. But I think if you sell it on Kindle, Amazon will publish. Where the fuck? Would publish a paperback if someone ordered it. Really? It's interesting. It's the boo with an eye patch like your man, Samuel Jackson. That's a good idea. Nice to bring them all in it. It'd be nice to reboot Hardy Books and do something completely different. You know what I mean? Just like something like a genre film, like the way like Shaun of the Dead did, or what's his name, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost did Shaun of the Dead. Like, we should be pumping these films out, man, because obviously there's an audience for it. I'll have a word with Mike, my brother-in-law. Older books would be interesting as well, Sean. Just lads with kids and having to go to Krishnans and old lads' funerals and stuff. Most of Bezos' money is his stake in Amazon, and his pension can't be taxed unless it's redeemed. Like, have you heard of pissy shitties? If not, please Google. Will do. Will do. Pissy shitties is after you. Watch out. The pissy shitty, invented and patented in 1893 by M.M. O'Shaughnessy, is a bowl of popcorn that you pour Coca-Cola into. Wow, man. It is typically served in movie theaters across the United States in containers called piss buckets. Different states have different variations, with Texas using Dr. Pepper instead of the traditional Coca-Cola. It is also served in some bars as an alcoholic variation, usually a dark liquor and Coca-Cola, and a Friday night free and easy. A Friday night free and easy. I like the sound of that, man. I might take a little screen grab of that, because there's some great wisdom to be garnered from such concept. Hey, Dad, can we get pissy shitties when we see Fast and Furious 69? Yes, son. See what some of these memes are about. Fair play to you for the new insights there. Dank memes. So we got something on normie trash, pissy shitties. The weirdest thing about the UK is they don't clap at the end of movie They don't clap at the end of movie trailers. What the fuck? Not to mention the fact they don't pour their Pepsis into buckets of popcorn and eat the resulting mush known as pissy shitties here in the good old US of A. What the fuck is pissy shitties? Pissy shitties is when you mix Pepsi and popcorn to create a rich and smooth treat. Excellent for enjoying a movie with friends. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there. Canadian joined the party, eh? Americans clap at the end of movie trailers? Like every trailer? Or do you mean that they just a movie? And is pissy shitties an actual thing? How does it not leak onto your pants? Or sorry for interrupting. Here in the USA, most theaters sell buckets meant specifically for pissy shitties, called piss buckets, which are usually around $30 to $40. Fuck me, $30, $40. Some Americans like the feeling of leaky buckets on their jeans and consider it part of the theater experience, like most post-credit brawls and sticky floors. I agree with the latter, to be honest. The clapping is a normal show of respect, and it occupies our hands so we don't eat all our pissy shitties before the movie starts. Wow, that was. I'll link you the if you want to investigate that a little bit more. Get on the old pissy shitties, man. Pissy shitties. Is there an old argument fucking kicking off here between the boys? Mikey and Fallon, any crack with you, lad? Hardy Bucks, the later years. Hardy Bucks, middle-aged as fuck. Half the crew are bald. Midwesterner here. Never have I indulged in a pissy shitty. But do you get them there, Charlie, do you? Are they happening? Durkin, Google Alabama Hot Pocket. Will do. The Urban Dictionary has it all. The word your friends told you to search up in class. Hey, look it up. Alabama Hot Pocket. A sex move where one shits. Oh, I'm not even going there, man. I can only imagine the job you'd have trying to clean up after that. Tim, do you want to get drinks tonight, Matt? Matt, no, thanks. My wife and I are doing an Alabama Hot Pocket tonight. Yeah. I tell you what was very funny. Back in the day, Viz magazine used to have a thing called Hibernia Today. You're welcome. They used to have a thing called Roger's Profanosaurus, which had some. It was like the Urban Dictionary, but a little bit more whimsical. Quite enjoyed that. I have never witnessed this albino-like snack in all my years. No Cleveland steamer here, hey. Durkin, Google Kieran Clancy or Orler Clancy and show the family photo for the boys. Who are they, hey? What are they about? I've the feeling you know fucking Jamie and the boys. Base toucher, a crack addict's nickname. Base toucher. Yeah, I've got to be cute about giving real names to people because did that before in a nightclub. Some lad was behind me. I won't even give the name of the nightclub, but someone was just telling me to shout shit over the DJ booth, and I shouted something loosely. I didn't use the name, but I used the name that sounded like it. The next thing, a fucking fist came over the DJ booth at me now, and then your man was kicked out, and I was like, fucking hell, man. So you got to be cute with fucking giving out names and shit. Chris Axtman, what's the crack? Are you well? Space docking, is it, Eddie? That's the crack now. We're nearly at the hour. We're nearly on the hour. So we might fucking wrap her up soon, lads. We might wrap her up soon. Wrap it up to frig. Wrap it up, wrap it. Do you ever smoke a bong? Do you ever smoke? Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What else can we look up before we go? Oh, yeah. Someone mentioned, I think it was Tyler Schuler mentioned the Israeli space minister. And please do give the old thumbs up there in the chat, Demus. Fair play to you. Will you play a few games when you get your PC? Oh, a bit of steam, is it? I'll get the vaccine if it's tested by Stetside. Who played Rama in the webisodes? That was Reese Flinter. Graham, mate. He'd be a great one to get on. He's over in Canada at the moment. Like the stream there, hey. Clock up a few tums. Sometimes it's hard to leave the actual. Oh, hi, Bernie today. Thank you very much for the super chat, baby boy. Appreciate that. What was I going to fucking say? Oh, yeah, man. Should we read about the old fucking spacemen? Apparently aliens are like, don't reveal us, man. Don't reveal us. And I'm like, fucking saw you with Sigourney Weaver back in 1986, man. And to a better extent, the 1992 release of Alien Special Edition. It's a fucking great film, man. It's a great film. Actually, and if you want to watch fucking Alien Special Edition after this, I don't even know if I'm supposed to. I had a link to Aliens on the pirate, but should fucking Google the old the link and you can get it for free. You know what I mean? I actually don't know why I put in Alien Special Edition because I was talking about it. Aliens, Israel. So the Israelis are aliens, are they? Israelians. So it says this on the like when you're seeing this shit on NBC News, you're like, what are they fucking preparing us for now? Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. The Galactic Federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are, Haim Eshed said. The former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a Galactic Federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not yet ready. Haim Eshed, former head of Israeli Defense Ministry Space Directorate, told Israel's Yediot Ahronoth newspaper. The interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. A respected professor and retired general, Eshed, said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. Eshed said cooperation agreements have been signed between species, including underground bases in the depths of Mars, where the American astronauts and alien representatives. There is an agreement between the US government and the aliens. They signed a contract. Signed the contract? Yeah, here, alien boys. Come here. One of the boys from fucking Simon Cowell's production office has drawn up this contract. I mean, like, yeah, that's interesting. Even they've even managed. Okay, let's say for argument's sake, this is real. They'd probably turn it into something really fucking boring. Do you know what I mean? Really boring. Bit of aliens, Fire in the Sky boys. Actually, Jimmy 5, I wanted to watch Fire in the Sky there. Couldn't find the link. I watched that when I was a kid. It's a good film. It's got your man John Boy from the Waltons in it. Did you play football for the States under the name Alexi Lalas? I did indeed, Andy. I did indeed. David Neal. Eddie Boy. Speaking of aliens, I met you in McDonald's on Grafton Street at 3 a.m. after a few shandies. You wouldn't stop talking about Tom Cruise. I think you met him that night. David Neal. Well, funny you say that. That was the night of the the Oblivion premiere. A funny thing happened that night. We were invited to this thing in the Rotunda, I think it's called, just down by kind of the Ambassador, around that neck of the woods in Parnell Street in Dublin. And fuck me, boy. There was an awful lot of free champagne going on. Fancy stuff. And it's not like me to turn down free lush. So I had about 7 glasses of Moët and Chandon. I was like, keep them coming. And fucking Liam Cunningham walks in, right? You know, the actor, Game of Thrones, Liam Cunningham. You know, great lad. Comes in. And it was funny to see someone who's huge like Liam, said his name, Liam Cunningham, having to meet someone who's massive like Tom Cruise. And there was some woman comes up and she's like, Liam, would you like to meet Tom? Fair play on me. Yeah, I'll have a word with him. Yeah, sure, yeah. And he comes up to me and goes, here, you, Durkin, my son loves you. Gonna get a photograph with you. And I was like, this fucking guy here. So that was good crack. As long as it wasn't Pacheco, fuck that shite. Oh no, it's the real deal. French job. Hibernian Today says the alien business is small potatoes when Ryan Tubridy has been purchasing the disabled toilet all around Ireland to store his large collection of sawdust. Was it dust? Was he on the dust? Was he? I tell you one thing, man. I seen clips of the Late Late Christmas show and I was thinking there must have been a few fucking bags of dust floating around that night. Oh, like Jerry Ryan on fucking steroids. Corona. Angel dust. He was off his bean. It'd be nice if we could have like a. It'd be nice if we could have a little fucking touch, a little like a survey to see if he was off his bean on chunk, Chardonnay, or both. Aidan Troy, shout out to the Oompa Loompa, Colin Doolan. TG boys, man, with the fucking shout outs. Shout out, boys. Bump. Right. Every year he gets fucked on the Showbiz Sherbet to talk to the kids. Showbiz Sherbet. It's fucking brilliant, man. He loves the old Michael Douglas. Right. On that note, is there any other bits of interesting news you want me to cover before Maisie Rail, mate? Oh, they gotta say, wait there, Graham Russell, lad. They mate, fucking tell you what, mate, you know what I mean? Over there, live stream, mate, going down Seal Street, see a couple of the lads going to the swamp up there, you know what I mean? Nice little £2 pints of fucking piss, and you know, away with it, mate, you know what I mean? And fucking Boddington's, mate, booking it down, then, you know, go down fucking 70s theme clubs, go flares there, down by Matthew Street, mate, couple of birds out there on a hen doing all, you know what I mean? We're gonna have a bit of dance and go down the cavern and go and see fucking Paul Campbell on a Saturday night playing a bit of fucking that, like, you know what I mean? Kev Johnson, you know what I'm talking about, mate. Don't you fucking forget about the Leb the web and the meb. So you got fucking the Liso Estate bad boys, the Morton Estate bad boys, and the Wallasey Village bad boys, but they're a bit more posh. So I throw it out there. Mark Denver. Luke Denver. I'm glad you brought up Mark Denver. Well, Mark Denver, you know, he's the guy, he grew up there and started off young in the music scene and was well connected. And I tell you, Mark Denver, man. Mark Denver had some of the best work ethic I've ever seen in a young man. You know, you see him driving around Mullingar, Longford, up Donegal way, man. Killybegs. He always driving around a 10-gallon hat, man. Yeehaw, you know what I'm saying? And man, I never seen a guy play music like my Denver in all my days, man. You got man, what's his name, Nathan Carter coming up behind him, but man, you have Mick Flavin, Big Tom, the Mainliners, Charlie Pride, you know, all these guys smiling, man. Declan Ernie, all these big players, Mickey English, all these guys, Michael English, a great piano player. You know, but I have to say, Mike Denver, great man. He learned under the best. He was great friends with Daniel O'Donnell. Daniel O'Donnell, man. What can I say about that guy? He was mine in terms of the output, but Bruce Shields and the money that man made. And you know, you go to a Daniel O'Donnell concert and you never forget your name, man. He'd ask for your money. It was like Tom Cruise from Donegal. So it was a little ode to Mike Denver there for you. Philosophical question. When you have your last ever wank, I was looking forward to that. I'll view this. When you have your last ever wank, do you think you'll know it's your last wank? It's a good question. It's a good question. It is. Right. Well, on that note, everyone, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for everyone who's donated. Thank you for sticking it out. You still got to check out LA Guns, man. If not, you got to give Cinderella a shot. Oh, yeah, Cinderella's second album is supposed to be a lot more bluesy. I listened to it once. There's some mates in Stockholm called Trench Dogs who they're like, they're big into LA Guns and all that crack. Give them a look, man. Give them a look. They're good lads, sound boys. Pat Kenny bangs Valium off his hoop every day to cope with the fact he's Pat Kenny, says Gunch van Leyden. Funny enough, you speak of the time with I was talking about the Oblivion premiere there that time. I met Pat Kenny at the Oblivion premiere, and then about 2 weeks later, I was at the desk in RTE, and Pat Kenny comes in and he goes, "Oh, 'tis yourself. We really should stop meeting like this." And I said, "So, Pat, what did you think of the film Oblivion?" He goes, "Well, to be quite honest, it was a bog standard feature with very formulaic and didn't really see any surprises coming." So I was like, "Thank you for that expert analysis, Pat." I rewatched Love Hate recently. 'Tis class. I haven't seen any of Love Hate. I might just find claws on Quattro. Yeah, I might actually start watching Love Hate just because of the fact that it was such a big deal back in the day. But I always was thinking, did they not just fucking check Sopranos? I don't know. A bit of The Wire, a bit of Sopranos. Should have even got I'm Aidan Gillen. I mean, other voices. What? Fucking yeah. And announce a snow in Sweden, boy. Is everyone in the chat into heavy metal? Because I hate it. Kev, give it a fucking whirl, man. You just listen to the wrong stuff. But on that note, I will bounce this time because it's nearly midnight. But thanks very much for sticking around, everybody. It was a nice touch. Seriously, man, if you haven't, Toast of London with Matt Berry. I watched a bit of it, and it seems it's interesting. It's interesting. You're very welcome for the stream, and thanks you all for sticking around. But yeah, nice to see you all. I enjoyed that very much. 2 minutes. Aidan Gillen is a class act, but he's not suited to be a gangland hard champ. No, I didn't think that either, man. It was just he would have been better as a cop or something, or a reporter. But I think I think that's what kind of put me off. No disrespect to him. He's obviously a great actor, but he's kind of like, he's RTE drama's go-to guy. Do you know what I mean? To him, he must be like, that's grand RTE, man. Just give me money every year. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Foot's right in the door. Brilliant. Brilliant. Other voices, fucking brilliant. On that note, good night, God bless. Hash be true. Look, hash it out. And if you want to donate a few square rudimentaries to this man, the PayPal link is up there. So top of the chat, paypal.me/Maloney's Digest. Keep it PayPal. Don't let fucking Alphabet City take your hard coin, because they're only taking your money and my money. Or PayPal. I don't know what's going on there yet. But take care, everyone. Good night, God bless. Talk to you later. Now go and watch Alien Special Edition. And thank me later. Good luck.